Hey guys, so this is not a normal review, and if you want to click off right now, I totally get it. We are gonna look at a toy today, but it's not gonna be up to the standard of our usual stuff. You might notice behind me, all the shelves are empty, and I've been taking them apart. That's because I'm moving. I'm moving, not out of the city, still same city, just to a different place. Um, but everything's being taken apart. We're moving over. This is actually going to be the last night I'm staying here, uh, because we're going to move all the furniture over tomorrow, and then clearing out the rest after that. And it's just a thing where, I mean, 3 years it's been my home, and there's been some good times, there's been some bad times, but it's just been the place I've always been, in all that time. And this whole week I've had this real dour mood, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I realized today it's because I think I'm sad I'm leaving this place. And I wasn't gonna do anything like special to send it off, but we're gonna do one last review in the old place before we move over. And it's with a figure that also means a lot to me for very similar reasons. From the original Transformers movie, this is the Deluxe Class All Spark Power Cliffjumper. This figure means so much to me. Um, this would have been one of the final figures I got while my dad was still in my life, and it would have been one of the first figures I ever bought with my own money. This Cliffjumper, or at least the one I grew up with, was my favorite toy, and it didn't survive childhood, I'm afraid. Some dogs got to it, and as a result, no more Cliffjumper, but it's been a goal of mine to find this figure again in person. And eventually, he just kind of washed ashore here in Georgia for me. And now I have him. And I was going to do this big video with lights, and it was going to be a real, like, celebration. Like, yeah, look at this Cliffjumper. I think what's better for me and for what I want, though, is just we're going to take it nice and slow, this video. Hey, guess who remembered that they had flash on this camera? Yeah, all the lights are already packed up. The tripod's also packed up. Right now, we're just basically on top of an Optimus Prime as I record this. But I'm just looking at this box, right? This, to me, is the best packaging Transformers has ever had. Ever had. I mean, you look at it, and it's just so energized. You have this beautiful, like, tungsten red. You have the Transformers up here in the great movie font. You have this surge of electricity all around Cliffjumper because it's the all-spark power. You got the robot mode head down here. Here on the side, you have the Autobot logo carved into the plastic. And then on the back, you have all this cool design. You can see, here's the robot mode, vehicle mode, landmine. I have my landmine still. I love my landmine. Oh, it makes me sad that I packed landmine up already. It would have been nice to have him in this video. But we can see that Cliffjumper here has strength of 8, intelligence of 4. Not all that smart, but he's strong. He's 7 speed, 9 endurance, rank of 5, courage 10, very dumb, but very brave, our boy, fire blast of 7, and skill of 5. So, he's not all that smart, he's not all that good at fighting, he's not outranking anyone, but he's strong and courageous, and he can take a beating. Good. That sounds like the Cliffjumper I know and love. Let's see here. Surly and impatient, Cliffjumper is almost the exact opposite of his friend Bumblebee. Where Bumblebee is sneaky and careful, Cliffjumper is just loud. He'd rather find the nearest Decepticon and blow him away than sneak around gathering intelligence. If you know where the bad guys are, you really don't need to know anything else, reasoning Cliffjumper. Why not just start blasting and pick up any data you need afterward from the smoking wreckage? With Megatron and the Allspark destroyed, hunting Decepticons is easier and more fun than ever. That's Cliffjumper doing war crimes. It was a Walmart in Cleveland. Georgia. That's where I would have picked this guy up. And then I would have gone camping at Unicoi State Park. And I remember taking my Cliffjumper around and just, playing in the river, playing in like the trees and stuff like that, going on nature trails with him. And like Bumblebee was my first Transformer. He was my favorite Transformer character. And then I don't know why, but as a kid, I thought Cliffjumper was just even better. Because in my head, it's like he's the big brother of Bumblebee, isn't he? That's why he's red and why he seems so angry. It's like when I was a kid, there was a point where like this was the Woody to my Andy, this Cliffjumper. Alright, why don't we actually open them up? We're not going to cut this. It's already not going to be the best looking video. We're probably not going to edit all that much. Let's get him out of the box. Nope. Come on out, Cliff. Come on out. Nope. Oi. Oh. There we go. Starting to get this going. Yep. Let's see what pack-ins we got down here. Wait a minute. I see something. Oh! Man. Animated would have just been announced. Oh, what all do we have here in this packing catalog? Whoa! Literally none of that's even toys. Let's see here. You have like an Optimus Prime steering wheel. You have school supplies. Publishing and activity sets. Is that... Yeah, that's Meet the Autobots. I have that one. Or I had that one. Party supplies. I think I had those plates at a birthday party once. Watches, shoes. You got all this clothing. Check out that bed. Oh, that's the race car bed of 2007. That's what that is. Then you got like hats and stuff. I kind of take that Decepticon hat, actually. That's like Motormaster. Oh, the ultimate Bumblebee. I remember the commercials for that guy. I wanted him so badly for Christmas. I wonder if that figure ever turned out being good. I don't know much about it. Ooh. Okay, actual figures back here. You got the voice changer Optimus. Leader class Optimus. Voyager class is the one that has Peter Cullen in the driver's seat, but that leader class, and then Voyager Starscream. I always wanted that figure. I wanted the Thundercracker, that figure. Hey, we just did the Jazz video, so there's Jazz. Optimus Prime, Beatmix Bumblebee. Is that the one that... Yeah, you could plug your MP3 player to him. I have Cyber Stompin' Bumblebee. I got that as a gift from a friend years ago. Robot Replicas Barricade. I had that barricade. That's a really good barricade. And I forgot about the Starscream jet that turned into the gun. That's cool, too. Also available, Titanium Transformers. Ugh. Oh, that's great. Man. And then you got the instructions. By the way, check this out. The directions nowadays are so terrible. But back in the day, like, they used to be so nice. Like, look at that. Look at how easy it is to understand what's going on here. Like, it's just white and red, and it's not printing gray on black. Like, they used to do the directions so well. I shouldn't be getting this taken back by just, like, the paper stuff. Let's actually get this guy out. Look at him. He's like, hey guys. There we go. There we go. Here we go. All right. Oh, wait, we're going to have to fix the camera setup all the way here. Oop. Again, guys, I'm sorry. This is not going to be the usual type of video that I make. And, it's just not what I'm feeling tonight. Boy. Isn't this great, this car mode? I still love this Camaro car mode. I think it's just one of the coolest cars ever made. Because I was 6 the first time I saw it. And I thought Camaros were like the ultimate car. Because, you know, Bumblebee was a Camaro. It looks good in red, and I love the silver. I think the silver is what does it for me. Because, like, the red makes the car mode look better. Red is just generally a better looking color than yellow. But those silver highlights, so good. And, the shadows are so disgusting. But, you know, again, we're working with what we have tonight. But okay. I'm going to have to really rethink my camera setup to show the transformation. But, let's do that. I think this guy deserves to have an on-screen transformation. Alright, I found a new box that can actually show off what I'm doing a little bit more. But yeah, car mode is great. You have so much paint throughout. You have the silver on the hubcap, silver for the door handle, Camaro written in silver. Hi. You know, when I was a kid, this is the car I wanted to have when I grew up. The red 2009 Camaro. Because that's what this was. This was the 2009 concept. Alright, now let me see if I can remember how to do this. We're going to open up the doors. And we're going to be very careful because this is very old translucent plastic all around us. And then I'm going to just take the arms, undo the roof, being very careful, again, as we do this, because we don't want to break anything. Ooh, I'm trying to wrestle the arms out. Oh, maybe I don't have to wrestle them out. Maybe I just need to rotate them. Yep, I'm just rotating them. And then I can take the legs apart. Boom. Best accessory for a Transformer ever. We'll talk more about that in a minute. The legs actually have a cool automorph. So, let's see if I remember how you do this. You pull this out, this side panel, and then you just accordion it out. Ah, it's so good. Oh! Oh, just an issue with the ball joint. But a great little automorph. I'm going to fold that down. I know that's not what you're supposed to do, but we'll talk about it in a minute. And then, same thing over here, side panel down. And then, boop, just pulling everything down. There we go. There we go. What a great automorph. That was the big gimmick of the 2007 movie, was all the automorph transformations. Now, how do I do the chest automorph? That's the question, isn't it? Moving the windshield out of the way. Do I just... I can look for directions if I need to, but I think you just start pushing down. Maybe no, that's not it. You got to get the doors out of the way. Here we go. The doors rotate. There we go. Come on. Yep. Okay, so that gets that out of the way. Still got to figure out how to get the shoulders where they need to be. The automorph still doesn't have the clearance it needs yet. So, Oh, there we go. So yeah, you just gotta start pushing the shoulders up. This guy's just a little bit stiff. Okay. And then I know that up here the wings kind of go to the back. And we gotta move this stuff around, move the wheels back. There we go. Yeah, we're starting to get where we need to be right now, Cliff. Come on, buddy. Come on, we're almost there. Yes! The automorph, I don't think it's broken on mine. I think it's very stiff due to misuse. But, not misuse, no use. Yes. Yes. Look at you. Look at you, buddy. I mean, that's him. It's exactly how I remember him. Just, what a gorgeous robot mode. Like, I know that, like, the original movie Bumblebee has been redone so many times. Like, every film did their own new take on how the transformation should work, but it's good. This is a good figure still. Couple of oddities. You'll notice the hips very loose. Alongside that here. So, people for a long time thought that these were supposed to be heel spurs. They're not. They're supposed to fold out like that. They're not supposed to hit the ground. It's because when you look at the model of the movie, there is a weird thing with Bumblebee's feet. Where, like, there are just, like, a weird elevated bit in the end. I'm going to do a proper review of this guy eventually. But, yeah, like, it's just... It's good to have him back, man. It really is. Yeah, okay. Best accessory in all the Transformers, by the way. So you see this big cannon. Awesome. But then... Oop. Whoa! Yeah, cool knife. I remember as a kid, Bumblebee always kept the gun out, but Cliffjumper, he'd use the sword, because he was the tough one. He would be using the sword. You know, this is the reason why Cliffjumper is one of my favorites. I feel like I don't actually talk about that much. RC is my favorite Autobot. Cliffjumper is my second favorite. And it's because of this toy. Like, that's the reason why I like Cliffjumper so much, is all the times I played with this Cliffjumper. Yeah, I'm speechless. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, again, I need to see this. This isn't a review. I think it's supposed to be one, but I don't think I'm doing a good job of it. for years. Over a decade, man, I've wanted this guy back. And I don't know why, but it was so important to me that I would find him in person, and I would have that same moment again. Where I picked this guy off the shelf, and somehow I just knew he was gonna be my favorite toy. And I'm sorry my hands are so shaky, I don't have my tripod out. This is it, man. This is my guy. I think it's easy when you become a collector to start looking at like what is the perfect representation, right? Like, oh, this isn't very accurate, or oh, this isn't all that articulated. And I've done that before. There's a review that I have on my channel that I hate. It was that Origins Wheeljack review. And I got so negative in that. And it's a thing where ever since the mini toys of, I've tried my best to not be that critic anymore. And I just want to embrace, like, any of these could be someone's first, right? Any of these could be someone's favorite toy. And, I mean, this is him, man. This was my favorite. When I was going through some bad stuff as a kid, this was my favorite. Christmas in my car. Some real rough patches, and I had this guy, man. I had him, and I had my classic Starscream. I had my 2007 Bumblebee. I had this guy had to stay out. I had this Optimus. I had my Classics Optimus. And it's like, you know, if I had my Optimus and I had my Cliffjumper, I had my Bumblebee, I had my Starscream, it's like that was okay, you know? And I don't want to put him down. I want to just keep holding him. I'm a grown adult. There's a lot of bad things in the world right now, you know? And I hate that I'm being so dramatic about this, but it's like having your security blanket back. I got my Cliffjumper again, man. The first time I went to a beach, I had this Cliffjumper. First time I ever went to Atlanta, first time I ever went to a city, I had this Cliffjumper. I used to carry him to school in my backpack. This isn't a review. It's 20 minutes of a grown adult being ridiculous, and I'm sorry for that. I'm not. I want all of you to know how important you guys are to me. The many toys of. It's such a stupid concept. It's such a simple, stupid concept. But it really is a thing where it's like I love that I have those to work on. And I love seeing like people just like commenting on stuff and I started doing reviews 3 years ago. I started doing them in this apartment. And it feels like, even though I didn't have any success for those first 2.5 years, that was a thing that could keep me going a lot of the time. And I made friends doing it. And now we're growing, and people are being just ultra nice to me all the time. And we're just talking about toys. We're about to do a big Cliffjumper video. I've recorded the audio for it. I just got to actually get the video done. I don't know. I think I'm in a weird spot right now, guys, but I had this guy for a few weeks, just in the box, and every time I picked up the box, I actually felt like I was about to cry. And even today, when I picked up the box and thought, this is the day I'm going to shoot your review, I almost cried. I started welling up a few times in this video. He's my favorite. He might actually be my favorite Transformer. I didn't even realize how much I missed him. I didn't even realize how much I loved him. But, this is my guy. This is my Cliff. Okay. That's long enough video. Thank you guys, and we'll see what we get up to next time.